All right, I'll start it. Saying what's up to everybody. Hello. What's going on, everybody? This is Dante for the Why Day Podcast. Welcome. Why Day Wednesday. Got myself here, Alpha Monk, Red Pill, and Shirley, the only woman again. Yeah. Representing for the women over here. So, I guess we can start it off with the recap of last episode, if you guys remembered.
Belonging to them streets.
Belonging to the streets.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
cool. A's just won. Sorry, I just saw baseball. All right. Yes.
I mean, good season.
Anyways, all right. So let's start it off. Who was there the last episode? That is the question. I know.
Me. I was there.
I don't think Alpha Monk was there.
I was not there.
Oh.
It was me. It was the Red Pill, Magnot the Stallion.
And Shirley.
And Shirley, Dante.
So Gabe actually has to show that book again, actually.
I messaged it to him, so I
okay. All right.
Hey, there we go. He said Sidewalk Crew. Sidewalk Crew.
All right. We got people on live stream saying what's up.
What's poppin', y'all?
Kylie said what's up. Kim said what's up. We got Matt said what's up. What's going on, John?
Stephanie's not on, is she?
Oh my god.
No, not yet. Not yet. So, we're gonna start it off with you, Alpha Monk. What's the belonging to the streets? Are you a sidewalk dude? Are you a streets dude?
I'm definitely a sidewalk dude.
Sidewalk?
Yeah, I'm more quality than quantity.
Dang. Okay, I figured you would say something like that.
Of course.
What's going on, John? I saw your live stream actually earlier today. So yeah, I don't know how much to say about that. I feel like I'm not even a sidewalk though. I feel like I'm more inside
You're
looking out the window.
Streets, bro. Like, don't even try to play. You're 100% streets. You've been there for a minute.
What's going on, Justin?
You got some cars and shit. You in the streets, man.
Yeah. You in traffic, bro. You in traffic. You on the highway.
Oh man.
Nah, he one of those police officers would be directing traffic.
Yeah, bro. You're 6 lanes, bro. You're in there.
You guys know me so well. You already know how I feel about this. Yeah, belonging to the streets ain't that bad, all right? So a lot of profits can get in the streets, okay?
That's true.
Yeah. Huh? I'm out there. It's just street gutter punks. All right, so this episode's going to be a little interesting. We're going to have, since we have one woman that's on this episode, it's going to be Women Ask Men. So, let's see. How am I going to start this off? Because I know Aunt Shirley has a lot to say. So,
yeah.
I am still drinking.
Oh, we're getting lit tonight?
I'm always lit. Every episode.
Okay.
Post episode, pre episode, you name it.
Let's go with the buzzwords real quick.
The buzzwords. I was about to say it. Buzzwords will be hello words like we always do. I don't know why y'all keep putting like 20 words on here because that's like every word that we all say. So it's player, fuckboy, f-boy, streets, even though I just said that. Sidewalk, we said that too. I'm glad we clarified that. FWB, which is friends with benefits. Loyal, trust, and fake.
Damn.
Kylie says she
know, right?
You don't want us to be as
Can we just do condense it to like 2 today? Because honestly, that is a lot.
Nah.
Nah?
Nah, you doing them all.
Well, see, that doesn't make any
What's going
sense
on,
because
Neil?
that takes out a lot of information.
What's up,
like
man?
trust is I don't know.
On your vernacular, there's plenty of words you can use.
Kylie said she loves your lashes, Aunt Shirley.
Thanks, girl.
She don't love my lashes though.
Yeah.
I got some bomb lashes. I don't know what y'all talking
Little misandrist.
about. Anyways, okay. Those are buzzwords. So, do you have your thing, Antra? Do you want to ask the questions?
Yeah, I can. I want to pick on you guys a little bit because it's always the other way around. So today, I'm gonna throw questions to you guys, and you have to answer it.
I don't want to throw any questions. I don't want to throw any answers. It's good.
All right, you don't want to participate?
Nah, I am.
Okay, ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Mondre, this one's for you.
God damn it.
See you on this side, brother.
Question. The ladies want to know, what is men going their own way, and what's that perspective? Like, what's their view on relationships and dating?
I mean, MGTOW is really vague and is really big. A lot of men have different versions of it. What I have come to learn is that it's usually men not doing the norm anymore. They're not getting married up. They're actually going off and they're doing their own thing. They're actually becoming more masculine. They're creating businesses. They're doing more manly things and not really getting caught up in relationships. I guess in the last few years, it's just been really bad on men in relationships, more beneficial for the woman than it is the man. And so
really? Okay.
Men got kind of tired of it and started going their own way.
Okay. So, follow-up question. What would you say is a pro to men going their own way as a man?
As a man, I would say getting his shit done, getting his stuff together, and getting his life together is really important because that will add to his confidence. That would add to his thrive. And he'll want to, like, he'll have everything that he needs. And then the only thing left is to find his co-pilot, his woman, right? So it's best for him to have everything lined up, all his ducks in a row, instead of getting the woman first and then having to, juggle both of them at once.
Do you guys think?
I just think it's more smarter that way.
Yeah. Do you think it's mutually exclusive? And I guess this is for everyone here. Like, do you guys think it's impossible or it's hard to focus on like what makes you a masculine man and devote time to a relationship? And if so, why?
Is it impossible? No. Is it incredibly difficult? Yes. I mean, nothing's impossible, right? Mamba mentality. If you want it, you'll make it happen.
Shout out.
But it's like, yeah, it's just like, as someone who has had girlfriends during the most stressful period of my entire life, right? Mm-hmm. The first major girlfriend, getting ready to graduate senior year. And I was also, if you guys don't know, I became a dad my senior year in high school. So, like, that was incredibly stressful. Mm-hmm. Second most stressful time, I was in between jobs. I was like, had almost like 10 grand in credit card debt. And I had like negative to my name. And I had just gotten a girlfriend at that time. And so both those times, it was incredibly difficult for me to figure my shit out. And I did it. I absolutely did it, but I would never recommend it to anybody, ever. It was very difficult trying to maintain it. Women need a lot of attention.
True.
What?
They all need attention.
That's
like
true.
a flower needs the sun. I'm not taking that back. I said what I said. Women need a lot of attention and validation. Having a girlfriend is like somewhere in between a part-time job and a full-time job. It's like 30 hours a week.
Okay.
And
without sick pay.
Without sick pay. No sick pay, no vacation days, like no hall passes.
Credit score's better than relationships.
So I think it's incredibly, is it impossible? No, I think it's incredibly difficult. And I think the number of women who would be a good girlfriend versus the number of women who would be a good girlfriend during that time in a man's life, drastically different numbers.
The only way to work, I would say, is she'd have to be on the same page. She'd have to be doing the same thing, going her same pathway, same busyness, everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the only way it'll work. Because I've been married before, lived with her for almost 3 years, and every girl I've been with, they always say, yeah, I'm an artist, I need a lot of time. And they say, yeah, I'll give you all the time you want. Even when I'm there, I'll just read whatever. But every single time I'm at that desk, after like a couple of hours, they have to come over and bother me because they crave that attention. They don't get it, it ensues a argument or whatever. So
validation.
It's wiser to not be in a relationship. Go your own way for a while, get your shit together, and then, go for a woman.
Yeah.
I guess my question to you is like, when does that desire to continue to like level up as a man ever stop? It doesn't, right? Regardless whether like you're in a relationship or whether you have a girlfriend or whether you're single, you're always going to be on your mission, or at least I would hope you would be.
Well, I was always taught by my grandfather is the best thing is always build your foundation first. If you have your foundation built and it's strong enough, then you can bring a woman in anytime beyond that period. Because yes, if you have a growth mindset, you're always going to be growing, right? Yeah. So that's a good thing. But if you have that foundation already created, like you've got your business already going, if you're an entrepreneur or whatever you're trying to do, if you already got your feet in that, it can be, what do they call it? You can just be started. As long as that's there, then you can get your girl. But, you know.
I mean, I guess that's valid. Yeah, I do think it makes sense to have your stuff together before you add someone else. But I also think like women are on their own shit too, and they have their own kind of motivations and goals, and they would never want to have a relationship like for ourselves prevent us to like self-actualize. So like I do agree that a foundation is important, but the right person for you would never actually get in the way of like you building that foundation.
That's true, but it's not about
that. They would. Yeah. Yes, they would.
What?
They would. The right person for you. The right person for, like, right now, I'm trying to enter a career, right, that is damn near 100% commission-based. So my first 3 years, I'm working 60 to 70 hours a week. That's my plan, right? The right person for me isn't want to go that long without seeing me. The right person for me is still going to want to go on dates. The right person for me is still going to want attention, validation, sexual healing. Like, they're still going to want all of that. If I'm working 70 hours a week, I'm not trying to give it. And on top of that, my personal fitness is very important. So I'm going to be training 2-3 hours a day, right? Stay in shape. On top of that, I have a child. The right person for me will never see me during those 3 years. Why would they stick around? Why would I do that to them?
Because you love them.
I love them, so I'm going to cut back on it towards my work.
No, that makes logical sense.
First, because then he can devote more attention to her. That's the basis of it. If he can have her sit together, he has more time for her. You know what I'm saying? It's
and just quickly address your point of when does the man stop trying to elevate? A man's gonna want to like elevate his entire life.
Yeah.
But it's different when you don't have a career, you're trying to start one. You don't have a business, you're trying to start one. You're not where you want to be, and you're trying to at least start that path. Versus you're having it and now you want more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, we got some comments here. Stephanie on.
Ooh, hey girl.
The right person for you is gonna support you what you're trying to accomplish. Someone else said, "Oh, you don't need a girlfriend right now."
Who said that?
I don't know if I can say the names, but
because they write.
I was about to say she's definitely right on that one.
That person is correct.
Yeah, I guess you got another question.
Yeah. So, personally, for you guys, why haven't you committed?
I'm not the right.
I got everybody's quiet on that one.
No. I mean, I can speak for it. I have no problem speaking up for it. Like going to what Red Pill said. He spoke on getting your stuff together, and then creating that time. Because if I do get in a relationship like that, right, I have to devote my time to them, right. It goes to attention, and that will also distract me from what I have. I'd rather have something established before anything, right? So, I know you said that. I just want to say your name. It's a comment. She said it. But that's where I'm at right now about a lot of things about that. And hearing you say that, I'm like, that is true. You can't leave them hanging for a day. I think that's okay. And not talk to the person you're with. So.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. But how about like, don't you guys still have emotional needs and desires and like to want feminine companionship? And if
Sexual means, but not emotional.
No, I'm kidding.
He said sexual. I think sexually.
like, are you guys attracted to the feminine? And if you are, I think you guys are. Like, how do you get that need or that satisfaction met and still like focus on yourself? Because like the way it sounds, like it almost sounds like you guys would be very comfortable just like becoming monks, almost just completely into yourself. Completely.
I never thought about that. I never knew. I
Discipline.
never knew.
All of that.
It's a part of the discipline.
It's discipline, man. We
the
go
trade-off
to.
is better. You know, the trade-off is
Tribeca.
big. The reward is big for that. If you actually discipline yourself on it, it's just like, come on, man. Women aren't going anywhere. We'll be fine for 6 months without a woman. That's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's not going anywhere. And if luck, you know, bestows upon us, we might get the girl who had a boyfriend during the time we're doing some shit, you know, that we always wanted. Who knows?
Yeah.
So you just never know how the universe works. I think it's really important to work on this.
Okay. All right.
So Stephanie had a comment. Oh, congrats, Gabe, on your anniversary or business. Woo. All right. And then it was two more to Red Pill. She said, you know, I'm going to support you through anything, everything. It's all just time and success doesn't come easy. You have to also create time with your son because he's the most important. You're building an empire for it. You and him.
Like my crush.
Right?
Yeah, like,
and the right queen will be patient enough to support it.
Okay. I agree with that.
Okay. All
right, y'all. I have a question for you too, Markel. So like, how would you know you found the right one? Or like, how would you know you were ready to like enter a relationship, first of all? And then how would you know you met the right one? It's like four.
So of the 2 girlfriends that are real girlfriends, and of the 3 total girlfriends I ever had, I knew day one. And I had to wait until it's appropriate to ask, but I knew day one.
Wow.
Very first pseudo girlfriend. Yeah, it was. We went to middle school together, and then when I was in high school, I think it was my junior year, I found her on Twitter, and then she had posted like a little funny picture of herself, and I was like, "You're my next girlfriend." And then she was my next girlfriend, and then we dated for a little while, and then broke up because, you know, we're like 16, and then the following girlfriend, she had gotten my number from another friend. And then we talked on the phone the very first one time, and I was like, all right. And that one took a long time to like actually cuff her because she had a boyfriend. So like, you know, but that was actually ended up being mom of my kid. And then in the last one, I knew the first date. I didn't know day one. I knew the first date. We were playing billiards, and I lost because I sunk the 8-ball early. She didn't beat me. I sunk it early. And I gave her like a little handshake, like, all right, good game. And as soon as we touched hands, I was like, no, that's it right there. I just know.
What?
So I can't explain for other men. I just know for me, my masculine intuition and my gumption and my gut feelings are so intense. I'm just like, I don't look back. So it either blows up in my face or it works out spectacularly.
Word. That's a word.
That's
all
it.
right. You just know when you know.
My balls
That's
tell me.
the same for you too, Mondre?
What's up?
Was that the same experience for you too? Like you just know when you know?
No.
Right.
Well, of course he would say the opposite.
Oh boy.
Of course
Yeah, I have like a couple of things that I have to see first before I really know.
Okay, so you have a standard that
She got the WAP.
Yeah.
okay.
That's the real one. She got the WAP.
All women have WAPs, by the way. If you're listening to this right now, you have WAPs.
Oh, fuck. We're doing that
No,
now?
y'all don't. I ain't taking that back.
Are we doing that now? Are we doing that now? We're doing the WAP again.
It's like the 3rd time we brought this up.
Pulse episode, huh?
Okay, I have another question. Who were your examples of commitment, like masculine examples, and what did they teach you about commitment? Who do you look up to? You can't say Tony Stark.
Damn.
Damn. That was the answer I was going to say. That was it.
I say that I didn't really have an example of what to do. I just had a lot of examples of what to do.
Talk about it.
Okay.
Like, what's your negative example? Or, yeah, talk about it.
Homeboy from Ray Donovan. Dude was cheating on his wife, but he was a badass. Don Draper stays cheating on his wife, was a badass. Don Draper, I think, has been like one of the biggest influence from Mad Men. If you guys don't know Mad Men, Don Draper. He has been one of the biggest masculine influences of my entire life. So the two most masculine influences where I'm like, man, I want to be like that person, Malcolm X and Don Draper. Those are the two people I'm like, these are like my... One was a fictional idol, one was a real idol. Malcolm X took care of his people. That dude just took care of his people. And he set them straight, too. So sometimes he wasn't nice to them. Sometimes he wasn't friendly, but he always set them straight, always had their best interest at heart. And I emulate that a lot of, I may not always be sweet to you, I may not always be kind to you, I'm going to talk to you in a way sometimes, but I'm always going to have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And Don Draper. You wake up every day and you piss excellence and you go to sleep knowing you're the best. Like, but don't cheat on your wife because she will take your kids and then make you pay for the mortgage and move another guy in. So from those two guys, I kind of learned take care of your people. And the other one, it was like, you have to be a man. Like, be a man to the fullest. But if you cheat on your wife, it's going to go really, really bad for you. And so those are like my two like relationship influences. Like, take care of your family no matter what. You got to be rough to them. And the other one was like, as a man, your personal achievement needs to be like your purpose, your priority in life.
Mm-hmm.
So those are my two.
Thanks. I think those are really good examples. It just goes back.
You broke.
I'm not giving that up.
Okay.
I like that. Should I ask more questions?
Definitely.
All right. Hey, Dante.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
Why me?
How would you advise a guy who is interested in being committed but unsure to take the risk?
Unsure to take the risk? Is that like... It's like me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. How am I going to tell them that? Is that like me? I mean, we're going to tell them. Avoid it at all costs if you need to. When you're ready, you're ready. I mean, once you get off that, like, the ideal that the worst possible outcome can happen through relationships, then you'll be cool. I think that, depending on how bad your experiences were in the past, it really comes down to kind of chopping down those walls of ideals and keeping that at a positive outlook. Always think of the positive outcome. I think that's the most important part that a lot of people, we tend to forget sometimes. Not all relationships are like that. I mean, not all people are like that. So, yeah, just knock them down each time of day and you know, kind of, that makes sense? No? Would
you say, Dante, that there is just a major element of leap of faith when it comes to commitment?
There is a leap of faith. There's a big leap of faith. And especially if someone you kind of don't know that well. Because I know none of us are millennials. We kind of, 2 months in, we're like, are we in a relationship yet? You know, you're not giving yourself enough time to know that person. So yeah, you are taking a risk. I think we are all, I mean, if you don't really know that person, you think you don't know that person, but you think that if you guys get in a relationship, you know more about them kind of situation. That's not normally the case. Because, you know, they could have sold you on ideal that they're this perfect candidate, and then they turn into a freaking crazy ass person later. Right? Yeah. So I mean, you never know.
Yeah. That does happen.
Yeah, you know, like, well, what happened? I never knew that this person was this way. Like, you know, I mean, they've always been that way. They've just been kind of selling you that ideal that they're not that person. So you have to kind of chop that down and figure them out. And yeah. That's the risk we do take in relationships.
So how do you know you're dealing with someone who's authentic with you? Like, Yeah, I know. I checked.
I know y'all were checking. I was like, wait, is that one of the one?
Okay, Shirley, ask that question one more time.
How do you know someone's being authentic with you?
You answer that first, and then the guys will answer. That's a really great question. I think a lot of people could benefit from that answer.
Okay. Wait, that was for you guys. That's for you, Dante or Andre.
I want to hear you answer it though.
What?
How do you know someone's being authentic to you?
I always think it always comes down to consistency and patterns. So, like, if people are talking a really good game, but their actions are showing you, like, a consistent pattern that's the opposite, that's how you know they're being inauthentic.
Also, how they treat other people.
Oh.
How they treat service people.
Can you really know what?
How they treat their family members and friends, then you'll see how genuine they really are. If they're dipping around everybody, then you never really know, you know.
What if they treat you differently from all your friends? Like, what if they treat you like their whole circle really well, but they treat you like shit?
Toxic. They treat you like shit because there's no real reason for that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm like, there have been times where like, a guy has been like, okay, we're just gonna be cool, right? We're just chilling. And you are kind of happy about that because you see how he treats everyone else in the circle. And he still acts very like distant from you. Like the relationship has shifted. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that means that he's not truthful with his friends about you. So if he's close and he's acting all boyfriend when nobody's around, but then when you're around his friends, but he's distant, then that means that he's telling them a different story than what you think it is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's toxic trait. So
yeah, or being
inauthentic.
Okay, thank you for that.
That's a super big one because, yeah, I've hung out with like my boys and they bring a girl over, and you can tell they're just like super distant, standoffish. But I'm like, you just know they're not like that when it's just those two. Like, nah,
yeah,
nah. But yeah,
it's a different thing if he's a social chameleon, because that's very important to be a social chameleon. And those people they're different with everybody because everybody has a different frequency. Everybody's different personality, obviously. But if he's just doing something like that, then yeah, it's time to separate.
I also think it's like there's no level of like commitment, right? So if you bring your, intimate partner around and you haven't committed to her, then there's really no need to like act like a couple or act like you're.
No need to bring her around.
I always like to do that. See how, honestly, I like. Okay. I like to do it and see how they act around my circle. I that's the kind of test I want to give out there. If they're able to like understand my circle or this circle even.
Well, if she's just a situationship, then she'll need to hang around my friends because at some point it's not going all the way. But if she's a hopeful or a candidate for something more, then yeah, I'll bring her around friends and shit to see how she vibes and shit.
Because there's a couple people I know who brought girls over, and I'm sitting there like, should we get to know this person, or are they just gonna be just another, another situation? Because I don't want to create a connection with someone that they're not gonna be in that life anymore. Like, you know what I mean? I had a couple friends dead to me. I was like, all right, is this a girl you are trying to do something with, or is it just you just trying to hook up?
You guys know, because we're all black here, so this all probably happened to us in our childhood, where our parents, they gave us a speech before we went into the grocery store. Don't touch nothing. Don't ask for nothing. I'm not going to buy you nothing. We all had that, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm going, I give the speech, especially if I'm bringing a girl to meet my boys for the first time, whether she's serious or not serious, I am going to bring her. She gets the speech of, you're going to act right. I'm like, look, some of my boys like to clown. Some of my boys like to do this. This is exactly what I told them about you. I ain't said too much. This is who we are. This is how we're gonna be. Like, I set the tone, right? Because what's that?
So you give her context about me.
Yeah, I give her because I don't want her walking in there like, do they think I'm? Ooh, I'm upset. Do they think I'm just?
You almost said it.
I'm not here for a long time. I'm just the girlfriend now. They think that I'm the girlfriend. Or what happens more often is if she wants to be the girlfriend, she's going to act like it. She's really going to try and like put herself on you in front of your homies. And if your homies are like, that's not what it's going to be a weird dynamic. So I tell her exactly what to expect, right? Kind of like, look, let me have my voice. You know, we can kiss and stuff like that, but still, you know, we can't be all up on each other and stuff like that. Like, or I'll tell them like, okay, you know, so and so's like this is what they expect, or so and so's gonna bring their girl, and that's how it's gonna be. I don't want no beef with other girls. I'm bringing you because you're cool. I'm bringing you because you get along with people. I expect that when we get there. Like I set the expectation. You're not finna embarrass my ass.
You definitely got to let them know before you bring them over there. Hey, like my friends are like this. I had a question from we got Kim who asked.
I had a question from Denise too.
Denise, man, Denise, whatever. I'm just kidding. I love you, man. I love you, man. I'm just kidding. I love you, man. So we'll start with Kim. Kim says, "Who do y'all think would be the first from this group to get into a real thing?" I'm not gonna say it. I don't know if that's a buzzword or not. A serious relationship. Just curious.
Me.
Yeah, I think it'll be Red Bull for sure. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Wait,
kidding.
No.
Nah, he's not. Nah, I mean,
I think it'd be Dante, to be honest.
And why do you think that?
I mean,
I think it'll be like one of those T-bones from a car. You just never know it's gonna come.
I think you see it coming. I think you see it coming if you. I mean, if you see some lights. Headlights, depending on the day.
And then, you know, he's gonna switch up on the group chat. He's gonna start being all romantic and nice. Like, what's going on with Dante? You start seeing a picture of him with some girl on the store.
Out there at Disneyland taking pictures. Yeah. I mean, whatever, man. That's not even true. Not even true. I wouldn't do that.
It might be Markel though. It might be Markel.
It might be you.
I think it's gonna be you. I think we're gonna
you're the most mysterious one of us all. You're the one that keeps things undercover. So don't act like you ain't. I mean, my business is usually out there, but you're mysterious.
I don't mean anything.
It means a whole lot.
One of the things about you, Mondre, you're very disciplined. Like you walk in the world very centered, and I think that women are attracted to that. All types of women are attracted to that kind of like sense of stability. So like, yeah, I think the moment you're ready to commit, like it's going to be really easy for you. Because you already have things kind of like you just seem very stable. And I think that's attractive to folks looking for long-term commitment. Yeah, I think it's you, basically.
Why did you turn now? I'm good. Leave me alone. All right, well, so what was the question Danish had asked? I can't even scroll up what he said.
No, it's not worth it, man. Don't worry about it.
No, I want to hear.
I mean, he's not technically a woman in the situation, but I guess we can go and ask questions.
Hold on.
I have another question.
We'll let you slide, Danish.
Yeah,
what is y'all's biggest fear when it comes to commitment?
I gotta go, man. I was playing.
Look at the time.
Like, shit, man.
Oh, shit, I forgot that thing I gotta do.
I gotta go walk my goldfish.
Gotta wash some clothes. What am I usually?
Really, y'all?
I mean,
what was the question? You can't say it again. I'm sorry.
What's the most? Go ahead.
Your biggest fear. What's your biggest fear when it comes to commitment?
Getting pregnant?
Yeah, pregnant mostly. Kids.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, pregnancy.
Kids.
Why?
I don't want to have kids.
People's true colors come out when they get kids, man. What you mean? What you mean?
I mean,
I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think it's that, and then every dude's fear is, you know, breaking loyalty.
Oh, you just said the buzzword, yo.
Oh.
Whoa! 10 points.
That wasn't one of them.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
Hold up.
No, I'm looking at it right now. It's one of them.
I knew for sure.
You
What
said
word
it.
did I say? What word?
LOYA.
Spilling is the same thing.
He didn't finish. Well,
shit.
I mean,
All right, boom. I'm gonna go first.
Oh,
Look.
and you said keep it positive. Go ahead.
If you go back to your last relationship,
Uh-oh.
what 3 things would you change about yourself and how you acted?
Are we talking about my ex or my other one?
Don't say
You
the other
pick.
buzzword.
You can pick. I'll let you
All right,
pick.
I'll go with my ex because that's now. You said the 3 things I would change about myself.
Yeah.
One would not to worry too much about finances.
Mm-hmm.
Like fuck that, put that in the pocket and focus more on the moments.
Mm-hmm.
2, I wouldn't have done most shit. I'm very vindictive, so I wouldn't have done a lot of shit out of spite.
Yeah.
And then I would say 3, I actually put in more effort to keep her here because it was bullshit to have her leave because she didn't have to once we found out. So
Yeah, I feel that on a spiritual level.
Okay.
All right, here's my ratchet question.
Uh-oh.
What's the freakiest thing you've ever done during sex?
How did we
I
ask
think I ever done during sex.
He's from Kansas. They only do missionary.
This is true. This is true. This is
We
true.
do a second position on my birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
Missionary on the side. Just on the side.
The side thing.
I think the only thing that I've ever done kinky was I've done anal twice. So I think that would be probably the kinkiest shit ever, you know. But the kinkiest one was she was like just go ahead and stick it in my ass. Like it was out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, fuck.
Damn.
Yeah, that was probably like the kinkiest shit.
Huh.
But other than that, like everything else, like I fucked on the roof, kitchen, bathroom, on my desk.
Wait, the ones that we were in?
What?
the things we were eating on? How dare you?
What? I clean the shit. I clean everything.
You animal! Use the bed.
Oh yeah, that too. But it's boring.
Goddamn. Shit, man. I mean, we can ask a third one. I don't know if anyone else wants to add a third one.
Is anybody on the Facebook chat, on the Instagram chat, any type of question for Alpha Monkey? Any question?
Damn.
What we got?
We'll do it for maybe 30 seconds or so. I wish I had
All
some
right.
theme music.
We should just keep on the podcast if something pops up.
All right. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Okay, Angela, you can go ahead. I don't. What was it? It was that C word that I never ever bring up in any of my podcasts. Right? Okay.
Right. I'm just gonna change the question.
He said, "Did you like it?"
Okay, so how can you guys?
Sorry.
You know what? I would say that it was because that was a question. I would say it's not as good as the punani, but it's tighter. So I mean that's a thing. I guess it's tighter, but it's not as good as the pussy, man. It's like you might as well just go for that. I don't like prison sex, but she had do it. So.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sex.
Who's in the room, man, Shirley?
No one.
You gotta look at your face like they're hearing this right now.
Keep going. Yeah, prison sex, like you were saying. Yeah.
Or prison love, whatever they call it. But
I mean, that's pretty freaky. Most women won't do that because the association with homosexuality.
it's weird.
Okay.
It's not weird.
It's a little weird.
All right, Angela, go ahead.
How can you tell a man is serious and not waste?
That's not a buzzword. Don't worry. That was last week. Yesterday. That was last
week. Wasting your time on the road to commitment. Like, what are some sure signs that women should look out for that he's just not serious?
I would say the biggest ones is
not responding to a text message. That's another.
Yeah,
honestly.
if he's not texting you or trying to see you, if he's not putting in effort, that's like the biggest one. Like
or they bring up excuse. Oh, well, I got that thing. You mean?
I think.
I got something I gotta do this week.
But like,
I think a really interesting one that a lot of people don't, well, especially women don't, and the guys will admit this happens, but it happens, and the women never really notice this. If a guy really wants to commit to you in a relationship, he's going to be a little more sensitive with you. Not in the sense that he's going to talk about his feelings or open up, but things you say or things you do will get to him.
Okay. Here's the thing I don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna time in for this one because that, yes, I agree with that one. But now we heard things that people are doing too much. Okay, this has been happening a lot. There's actually an episode I wanted to bring up this today, but doing too much, because if someone says they're interested, right? This is kind of random off-topic thing, whatever. Okay, there's such thing as doing too much, and there's such thing as doing nothing at all. All right. Right. So if this guy is not, if the person's not giving you nothing at all, that means he's not interested, right? But now let's say if the vice versa, the guy is doing too much, and now they're overwhelming them with a whole bunch of shit. Okay, so that shows that they are interested, but then the person's not interested in you because you're doing too much.
Imbalance.
There's no,
It's also, you have to be genuine. Like, it's okay to show that, like, I found that happy medium fucking around with the situationships and exes and stuff. Like, doing a lot of, like, I test people. I do that shit. I don't know why I just do that shit. But anyway, I found a happy medium. If you're actually truly genuine and not a pushover, then she'll give you that attention. If you don't go over that line, you'll be fine. Like, every dude knows that line we don't cross. We feel it in the back of our head. Like, if we text too much or we say, give her too much compliments, we see that, we hear that in the back of our head. Some dudes just don't listen to that shit and they'll press send. But a lot of us, we're kind of disciplined on that. We understand, we learned our mistakes in the past, and
man,
you know, we use that shit for the future.
I go hard all the time. It's hotter. It's no hot or cold. It's hot or cold. There's no lukewarm for me. Like, I'm just like, boom. Like, you know what I mean? It's better to do too much than do nothing at all. That's what I feel. Like, honestly.
What I've seen is, like, when you text a girl, it's really good to, instead of just answering the question, always have some form of emotion or expression in your text. You have to get her rising and get her low and shit like that. For some reason, that always works. Because they get bored too easily. Way too easily. And to be honest, every girl, whether she's your girlfriend or not, she's going to have one or two dudes in her Rolodex who she can just hit up for attention, because she knows those two dudes really want her really bad. So if you're not giving her that attention and you do it for too long, she can just call up one of those dudes. They're, oh, yeah, of course you look beautiful today. Oh, my God.
I'll bring you pizza. Don't worry about it. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, exactly. But she'll still come back to you because you're the one she's been trying to get validation and attention from. So it's just, you know, playing that cat and mouse game.
Yeah, I'm gonna do another episode about that. I definitely want to put more onto that episode, next episode probably. So we had a question from Kim. Did that answer your question, Aunt Shirley?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Okay, so Kim asked, if you met a great woman and she's also struggled with mental health, let's say depression, severe anxiety, how would you handle the relationship?
Oh, that's a great question, because I feel like women are way more.
God damn it. Go ahead.
What?
Nah, man, Kylie was getting at me crazy. That's all. Ask a question. I am. Stop telling me what to do. Huh?
Girl.
Damn. I've dated a girl with depression.
Tell him.
And,
it's you have to be more supportive. They go through bouts of it, up and downs, and you just have to be there for them. You can't really help anybody out of that. And if it's actual mental psychosis, like depression, she's just not depressed over events, then, you know, of course she has to have therapy and sometimes medication, stuff like that. But if she's depressed, there's difference between depression, mental depression, and then being depressed. Being depressed is somebody died, or you lost your job, or you don't feel good about yourself. Your self-esteem is very low, stuff like that. Those things you can actually help influence her just by your own gumption, doing your own thing, being positive, working out, she can start seeing that, start feeling that energy, and you can kind of pull her out of that. You can help her pull herself out of that. But again, if she's, mentally depression, then you just got to be supportive.
Are we talking about someone who has like an actual condition where they're diagnosed with the condition?
She did say mental disorders. So yeah.
Because that's what I'm trying to figure out too. Because there's a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's ebbs and lows with them when they have mental disorder or depression.
And that requires a lot of patience.
Really up, and some days they just cannot get out of bed. So you just have to be there for them.
It requires a lot of
hard because, most people, they want me, and if they don't have that supportive, it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
I think for me, and I'll keep this really short to the next question. If that person doesn't already have their own support network or their own coping mechanism set up, whether it's they have a group of friends who understand and can support them, they have a close-knit family who can understand and support them, maybe they already have an established medication regimen, counseling regimen. If they don't already have their own, because before they met me, they were single, right? They weren't dating anybody. So how were you coping with it then? If you weren't coping with it then, I'm not going to date you. I'm not dating you. So if I find out you have mental health condition and you're not actually doing things for yourself to help your own mental health condition, it's like any other health condition.
Yeah.
If you don't have established something on your own that helps manage the symptoms, develop some coping mechanisms, or have a place that you specifically go to design to help you cope with these things, I'm not going to date you. That's too much work for me.
Yeah. And that's a tough one too. I mean, like,
it is.
Because someone's diagnosed with it requires a lot of patience. I think a lot of people, especially in our generation, don't have much patience. Unless you're like got a degree like in caretaking and you're like a nurse, you're like, this is something you usually do, right? I know a lot of friends and family who's dealt with that, who had to deal with relationships like that. And actually that passed on to my cousins and my family members because that was a severe condition that passed on. And though they had to cope with that. So it's just an ongoing cycle because if you're looking at it like that perspective, that's something you have to also consider because that could be something that could be transitioned to another child if you guys ever decide to have a child. So in my sense, it requires so much patience because even vice versa, I think Kim actually got me to watch the show Dating Within a Spectrum. There are people who are dating someone with autism. So autism is, we all know what that could be. It's different versions of autism that we have to deal with too. So, but they were dating other people who had autism, So dating someone who doesn't have it, that's what it is. That's what you kind of have to sign up for in that way. And I guess from what I'm hearing, you guys don't have the patience for it, so it's hard to cope with that. And that's it. And if it's something that they dealt with the rest of their life, or since birth or childhood, their family kind of already knows the get down, so they can mold you into what that works for you. For them. I've seen that happen where the family members were a supportive group, able to help them, able to teach that person that they're with about it, because that's something that is severe. It does happen, and medication is hard, man, because it's a choice for them to get out of it too. If they want to get off of it in small doses, that's something on their choice too, and that's not something you can do some cold turkey. You can't just stop. It's in minor dosages. So, if I answer that question. What's up, fam? What's going on? All right. So we got like 11 to 10 minutes left. I know that Gabe said he had a question on here.
Where is it?
I don't know. I pinned it. Oh, what's stopping you from getting to another relationship? I think I was talking to one of the guys.
What's stopping them?
Yeah.
Goes back to our first question.
Yeah. It's a little late. Next question. I know got so tense here, man. You guys
you know.
I mean, like I just know a lot of friends and family that have been affected with the mental condition. So that's kind
of a girl with bipolar too. That's even worse.
Bipolar was a big one. A lot of my family members took Depakote, which is a fucked up drug. that like fucks up everything. You know what I mean? Like
Xanax is horrible too.
Yeah, and it makes things so much bad, so much worse. So not to get serious and I'll tense on you guys. Oh, it was a hot seat question. Okay, my bad, Gabe. So we can ask another question. I think we have another.
Well, just to follow up on that, would you guys? So you guys are basically saying like you'll be supportive with someone who has like a mental condition.
No, Red Pill said no.
Okay. Red Pill said no.
Hey, let her finish the question. Let her finish the question.
Red Pill said no. I heard him. He said no. He said nah. I think Alpha Mocha is kind of on the same spectrum of that, same level of that, but you know, it requires the person. It really depends on, and not everyone's built for that. You know what I mean?
Go ahead and ask the question in its entirety, and Shirley.
Okay, fine.
I don't want to.
I roll.
So you guys would say then you would be willing to be more supportive for a person who has mental illness if that was your person.
I mean, if in my case, she didn't show signs of depression when I met her because she was on the up.
Yeah.
And it was only until like things started going really down. It was towards a certain type of season. It always happened during that. So, but you know, once you're already in the relationship and you like the person and you see things going, then you want to be supportive. Yeah. But you just don't know what kind of heft you're really taking on, you know, because that's something that you yourself can't fix. And a lot of men, we like to fix things. We like to, you know, cure shit. You know, you come to us with an issue, we'll try to fix it for you. But, you know, that's our way of showing affection, showing that we care. And so when you can't fix something like that, something that only time, her effort, psychologists, psychiatrists could do, then, you know, it kind of puts you in this position to where you're powerless. Yeah. And that can chip away at the relationship.
It can chip away at you, too.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's something, like I said, I'm not built as a caretake type person, so it'll be hard for me.
Yeah, I mean, I took
it'll be really hard
4 years of psychology at Wichita State, and I didn't. They don't fix the problem. That's the scam.
Well, they put you on meds. That's what it is.
Yeah, they keep you alone. They just keep you alone. Yeah. I mean, my grandmother went to the psychiatrist for 12 years, and her problem never changed. So it's like, how's that possible? So it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's a $1 billion industry. Pharmaceutical industry is fucking. I mean, if we want to continue talking about mental health, then Danish, we could. We got like a few minutes left, so we're trying to get into the other questions here. We can do that probably in our post episode. I know you got a question about it, so continue on.
What is the difference between exclusive dating or making things like official? What do y'all prefer? Are you single until married? Like, what are your guys' thoughts?
Fuck no. I hate exclusive.
Oh my God.
Fuck exclusive dating. That is the most confusing shit ever. I'm telling you right now. No. That ruined a relationship that was in the past. Hell no.
How did it ruin it?
Because I didn't understand what it was. I didn't know what it was. Yeah, because exclusive is like it's in the tomb.
You just don't fuck anybody else.
Yeah. But like, why don't we just be in a relationship? And why don't you just be in an official relationship? Why do you need to be selfish enough to like, well, you can't talk to anybody, I can't talk to anybody, but we're not official yet. It just don't make sense to me. Nah, man. I'd rather be in a serious relationship than exclusive. That doesn't make any sense. That's such a lukewarm millennial shit that you guys have created. If I talk to someone who's older and say exclusive, they're looking at me like, what? Like, you know what I mean? That's something that millennials made.
It's like an out. That's what it is. So when someone's like, oh yeah, well, let me sure that's not a buzzword, by the way. Okay. So yes, so many. Yeah, when they're all like, oh, we're not official, but we're exclusive. That's what they're going to pull out when they fuck you over. We weren't official.
Yeah.
So when they do anything that really fucks you over or hurts you emotionally, or they really just, you know, kind of just jab you a little bit right in the kidney, they're going to pull that shit out like, oh, we weren't official.
Yeah. But like, are you still coming over?
Like, you can't be exclusive without being official, is my whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of like a...
Be official without being exclusive. You can't be exclusive without being official.
Yeah, it don't make sense, man. Nah, man. Hell no.
It's just a manipulation.
Because an open relationship's official, it's not exclusive.
Right.
So we got a comment say exclusive dating means that they're not ready for the C word.
Commitment.
Don't say that.
But that kind of is commitment, though.
We have a friend who is a
That's my
quarantine.
point. Like, us millennials have all these like different titles, but we're still at the end of the day committing to a choice. Like, it might not be, you're not my wife, sure, but she still like comes over and like has sex with you and like supports you and like, you know, is there for you in that capacity. So
There's
you're
three.
technically committed.
No, there's three. There's only three types. And I don't care what anyone says. There's only three types of levels of relationship. There's only three. Either you're single, and you do what you want. There's no rules. There's respect, but there's no rules. You are official, right? You are official, right? That means there's some kind of title. You are official. You guys are publicly recognized together.
Facebook knows, Instagram knows,
Married.
and married. Marriage.
What?
That's it. You're either
That's it.
single,
Everything else
you're
in
official,
between,
or you're married.
everything else in
Really?
between is dating.
Yeah.
Everything else in
I think,
between
like,
is dating.
Really?
Like
Wait,
the-
what?
I
Okay.
think dating, for millennials, dating has gotten so blurred. Like, you guys don't know what the fuck dating is anymore. Like, it's weird. Like, you're supposed to date to become official. You date, you don't fuck around. You're not supposed to have sex a lot. You just date. You take them out on dates. You find out who she is, what she's about. Do I like this girl? She's going on a second date. Oh, good. Second date's good. It's going on a third date. Third date, we should be having sex by then. We start having sex. We don't have sex with anybody else because I like this girl. She likes me. And then we become official after a couple of months. That don't mean between that time we're fucking and time we become official, she's off fuck some other dude, I'm off fuck some other girl. No, we still talk to each other. We still go on dates with each other, and we become official.
That's exclusive. That's exclusive dating then. Like what you just talked about was like being committed before a commitment.
No, you can talk to other people. You're not signing a
no,
prudential
until we're
agreement.
official,
In
I'm
that
single.
phase, like you would be breaking some established rule. What Mondre just said. If
Well,
you're,
to
like,
me,
talking
once
to
we've had sex, then it's like everybody else is kind of like pushed to the side. Once we've had sex, because that's one line of the C word. That's one line of the C word. That's getting closer to that official.
So just
Now
kind of
we-
add on to what Alpha Monk is saying, it's like I might choose to not sleep or date anyone else
Mhm.
while we're dating, right? But I am still single until we're official. At any point in time, I can mind. It'll come to a point where I just won't. I literally just won't. But I'll never say I can't until we're official.
Okay.
I feel that.
So, because you might go out with somebody, you might have 10 in your stable, right? And you go out with number 11 and you really like number 11. Number 11 is an amazing person. And so you just drop all 10 in your stable. But you could always go back to them because you're not official yet.
That's true.
You just don't. But it's not an agreed upon in a social contract. You didn't mode one it and talk about it. It wasn't a conversation that was had. You just kind of just dropped all your hoes.
Yeah.
Just drop it.
It's only until it's official, and she'll probably bring it up. Like, are you talking to anybody else? And then you'd be like, no, I'm not. And that's when it's like, that's when she knows and you know, and then it's actually official. But like what he said is true.
All right.
I mean, like,
Well,
It's like,
not to stop you guys here. We got like 2 minutes left. Probably
All right.
less than a minute. I'll get to you guys' question, Danish. I know you have a lot of questions. Yeah,
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does. We just can't
you
get
should
to
have
them
him on the
all,
episode.
man.
Why is he not on? Why is Denise not on with us?
I don't know. He should be. But I just want to let you guys know. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for the questions. I love the participation of everyone else. Thank you guys for Facebook. People that are coming on, commenting on there. Sorry, Gabe, I neglected you. I know he hopped on the live stream on Instagram. He's like, man, someone's gonna hear me, and he hopped on Instagram. So appreciate you guys coming on. I know that you're not gonna be in the post episode, Red Pill. I don't know about
Sorry.
Alpha Monk and Shirley if you guys are gonna be on there or not. But we'll,
Yeah.
for a little bit. Yeah, for a little bit.
yeah, we always say a little bit, but then we end up going long into the but yeah, so yeah, that's it. I don't know. I'm not sure if anything else to say, but stay tuned, guys, to next week. If you guys don't come on the post episode.
One more thing. Not all girls have the WAP.
That's
All right.
false.
Okay,
That's
all right,
lies.
I'm done.
I'll
Done.
catch y'all later.
Done.
We out.
We out. We done. All right, guys.
Good grief.
Are you gonna resend it?
Yeah.
All right, late.
Later. Hello, friends. This is Dante from the Why Day Podcast. Thank you for tuning in onto our episode.
and just wanted to give you guys some updates. I know I usually do this at the end of my episodes. I'm doing a little update. So we do still have Patreon website. I've been putting exclusive content on there. I haven't put any dating coaches or advice or anything like that yet. I'm still working on that. But if you still want to donate to the Patreon, it's still on there on the Why Date Podcast website. But for right now, all I'm doing right now is Venmo. I'll put the link onto this episode on the YouTube episode. Hope you guys, like I said, like the episode. But I'm putting everything on there. Currently, I am still working on advice, dating coach. I want to have a community where we're having someone giving advice, having some experts on there that's helping people through dating. So I know we typically talk about a lot of funny stuff on our episodes, but I also want to provide some kind of service to everyone who's listening. So get their money's worth for something. It's $5. I'm definitely not going to raise the price because I haven't done much with my Patreon. But I still have a Venmo on there. It's going to be on there. But I will put the link down here. You can kind of see it. And just so you guys know, I appreciate you guys joining in and tuning into our episode thus far, listening to all our stuff. But yeah, that is it for you guys. I will post more things on my Patreon. Like I said, I'll still put the exclusive content, the post episode on there, the audio form. I can't really put the video on there. For some strange reason, Patreon won't let me do it. It's too big of a file. But that's what I want to have on there, guys. And that is it. That's all I have to say. But please subscribe too, as well, on the YouTube channel if you guys haven't done so already. But that is it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your day.